Hello again, my friends, and welcome back to Toadland. On the tabletop in front of you, we have a very small selection of the many types of single-bladed, non-locking pocket knives that are on the market. These tend to be of the budget price range that you got for you, as that's the area that I've chosen to collect from. I've only just scratched the surface, barely scratched the surface of the selection that's out there, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm learning more and more as time goes on. But I also have a good interest in medieval arms and armour, and one of the YouTube channels that I subscribe to is Todd's Workshop. It's by Todd Cutler, a bladesmith. He also makes crossbows and other medieval type weapons. If you don't know, Todd Cutler is the bladesmith who made the swords and daggers and such for the Witcher TV program. He's also done it from some other movies that are too numerous to mention. And he's a very talented bladesmith. I've often wanted to buy some of his merchandise, but it's always been a little bit out of my price range. I mean, okay, I could pick up a medieval lunch dagger type thing, or possibly a little bollock dagger. But the good swords and things, I just can't afford that sort of thing. So I just watch his channel, and I watch the movies, and I enjoy his workmanship. Where's this leading to, you might say? Well, the other day, or a couple of weeks ago actually, I was looking on Etsy, and by surprise, I found that Todd Cutler's got a section on Etsy selling some of his wares. Now, Todd already does sell his swords and daggers. He's got a couple of websites. There's toddcutler.com, and I think it's toddcutler.co.uk. I think that's what they're called. But obviously, you can also get links to his YouTube channel, Todd's Workshop. But on this Etsy one is some of his daggers, and then lo and behold, what I found also was this little brass folding thingamabob. Now it turns out, as I read the review on it from Todd, who's made it, is that this is a reproduction of a medieval type folding knife from between the 12th and 16th century, I think it said. It's just your basic folding knife. Brass, and it's carbon steel blade. But it was definitely in my price range, and when I saw it, I thought, I've got several of them. At least this way I will own something that was made by Todd Cutler, handmade by Todd Cutler. And being a collector, you know what it's like. Once you see something, you have to have it, and this fits very nicely into my collection. So this is what we're looking at in this video. So as you can see, knives haven't really changed much since the first these sort of days, the early folding knives, to what these are here. Really, I mean, the main difference is, except for the course of the Japanese fellow over there, they just gave them a back spring and better quality handles and covers and so on, different blade steels, but essentially they're all the same, or have been the same for a while. This is no exception. This is just your very much basic folded knife. It has actually got a fault on it, as you can see. It's a little bit not quite lined up, but I'm perfectly okay with that because I wanted a personal, unique folding knife that is made by Todd Cutler, and that's exactly what I've got. So this is supplied with a leather pouch for it to go into. I'm going to be dyeing this a different colour later, but yeah, so oh, sorry, looking around with the lights, that's better. So there we are, that's what I'm here to talk about. As you see, it's covered in fingerprints already. So here we are, a basic friction folding knife. Isn't it lovely though? You know, it is sharp, it's light, it's legal to have in your pocket in the UK. I will be buying myself another one. This one's going to be staying in my pocket. It's my user knife, my work knife. But I'll be buying another one that's going to be going into my collecting knives section of all the knives that are never really used. They're just looked at. Bit of a shame, but some of them I just don't use them. But these, as you see here, these are knives that I do regularly use. You know, they're all very much different. I mean, my personal favourite of all these is this little Culpepper, or the Kershaw Barlow. But it's not really a Barlow. It's they call it the Culpepper. But you know, I was saying a knife by any other name is still just as sharp. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's a Barlow. But this is not. This is a lovely medieval style friction folder, handmade by Mr. Cutler himself, and I absolutely love it. And I recommend any of you who've got a couple of quid spare, get yourself over to Etsy, get on Todd Cutler's page and buy yourself one of these. Or if you've got a bit of extra money to spare, he's got a very, very good selection of daggers and such like. Unless, of course, you want to buy a sword, then you go onto his other sites and buy the swords he's made. Now, this is the point: is he makes them himself. You know, the man is a genius. I don't know if there's such a thing as a master bladesmith, but he's definitely a very, very good bladesmith. I've got a lot of time for him. He's a nice guy, and his channel is very informative. He collaborates a lot with Scholar Gladiatorius. And that's also a very, very good medieval weapons channel. If you've not seen it, Scholar Gladiatorius, very, very good. Well, Matt that runs that is an instructor in HEMA, and he sells antique swords. Lovely chap. Anyway, going off the subject, this was just it. I just wanted to show it off. Nothing more than that. It is an absolute beautiful knife, and I'm so pleased with it. I will end up getting more of this style knife as time moves on. There's the Japanese one I need to get very, very soon. That's so close to be buying it. It's going to be within the next few weeks with a bit of luck. I already picked the one that I'm going to be getting from Honey Haynes. Then of course you got this type, the Japanese ones. I forget the name, but it's not actually the same as a friction folder, is it? It's a slightly different idea. It locks in, if you like, instead of it just being this as it is. I mean, this is as basic a knife as you're going to get. You know, this is right down with your peasant knives. You know, I mean, it's just that. You know, it's got one pivot, cover that becomes a handle, the blade folds into it. Bob's your uncle. So there you have it. I've not got really much more to say, other than look at this beauty. I absolutely love it. I've just recently got another handful of dies from various places, which I'll be knocking up over the next few days with different videos discussing them. And you've already seen all of these at different stages. So we've got your Kershaw, your Rough Rider, your I forgot what the name is now. Oh God, isn't that bad? Sorry, Taylor's Eyewitness. Isn't that? I went blank. I had a brain fart and I went blank. Yeah, so you got your Kershaw, your Rough Rider, your and I've done it again. Your Eyewitness, Taylor's Eyewitness. I'm definitely having problems with my brain these days. Your Queen, your Boker, your Japanese Mitsumoto, I think it's called, another Rough Rider, a Schrade Old Timer, and then Imperial Schrade. I mean, the list is endless, isn't it, of the knife brands out there. I have no idea how many there are. There's got to be hundreds. All the more for us collectors to get. So there we are. That's all from me. I've been dribbling on a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this thing. It is absolutely beautiful. And this will be in my pocket for the next, I don't know how long, because it just asks to be carried. It's wonderful. Look at that. It's so primitive. It's wonderful. And also, as I say, check out Todd Cutler's channel if you don't already go on that. Todd's Workshop. It's a brilliant channel. He does a lot of experimental stuff with crossbows and arrows to see how the velocities are, the damage they can do with the different bolts and against different types of armour. Very, very good. And like I say, he makes the swords and knives for quite a lot of movies and TV shows. So if you've got any interest in medieval armour, medieval swords, weapons, anything along them lines, you're going to love that channel. As well as Scholar Gladiatorius, which again is another very, very good one. There's actually quite a few of them that I watch. I don't just like folding knives. I like all sorts of bladed weapons. But anyway, I've jabbled on long enough. Thank you for sticking around if you have stuck around. And again, these are on Todd Cutler's page. So that's Todd Cutler, Cutler. Obviously known as spelled Todd. So it's Todd Cutler on Etsy, or you can go to toddcutler.com, or his channel, Todd's Workshop. But there you have it. I've got no more to say. I'm jabbering on now. So I'll let you there in peace, and let's just, for a couple of seconds, enjoy this beautiful little knife. There we are. Thank you for your time, my friends, and it's goodbye from the Toad. See you soon.